Hey, how's it going, Joker fam? It's your boy Haha Joker, man. And today we're going to be having a different kind of video for you guys on the channel. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, man, typically I post Madden content, but we are going to be kind of transitioning, kind of trying to put more content on this channel as far as this goes. So typically when I'm in stream and stuff like that, we talk about obviously the NFL, football in real life, stuff like that. And I've obviously had people tell me like, oh, you should do a video on it. I have people in my chat tell me the same thing. So we're gonna go ahead and do it, but we are going to be starting off at least with my two favorite teams, that being the Miami Dolphins and the Raiders. Now, Dolphins, I am a diehard Dolphin fan. I would never claim diehard Raider fan because I know people are diehard Raiders fans, you know what I'm saying? But I've only been a Raider fan for about 6 years. As far as being a Dolphin fan, I'm born into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm born and raised in the 305, so born and raised a Dolphins fan is in my veins, so it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But as it is, we are going to be talking about the Raiders first, and then we'll do the Dolphins in a later video. But as far as the Raiders go, how I'm going to kind of construct these videos for now, at least until the season kicks it back up again, we are going to be talking about kind of the season, leading up till now. We're going to be talking about what I would like to see the Raiders do as far as free agency, draft, and what I would like to see the Raiders do, so pretty much their off season, and what I would like to see the Raiders do going into the next season, 2025 through 2026. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. Now, obviously the Raiders season did not go well. That's very apparent. Now, you could blame it on a lot of different things, but I'm just going to keep it to number one, injuries, and number two, no quarterback. Okay, so obviously now, since the Raiders won against against the Saints, I don't know if I think they won a game before that or whatever the case was, it was apparent that they're not going to tank for the first round pick, which everybody thought that they were going to try to get Shedeur. And with all the Twitter stuff from Shedeur and stuff like that, that kind of seemed like where it was heading to. And since they won, that's not the case. But where it is now, at least for the teams that aren't in the playoffs, obviously the picks are kind of already, their positions are already locked in for the first round. Going into the season, it seems as if they are not going to get a quarterback. All right, as far as draft wise. As far as free agency goes, which is what we're on the screen for right now, I think what's going to end up happening is that they're going to look to at least possibly get Sam Darnold, and they might take another shot at Justin Fields. Now, these are the only two players that I feel are going to be any kind of worth as far as free agency wise for quarterbacks. They're the only two players going to be any kind of worth. Now, there are another two players that I think that they could go get, which is T. Higgins, and this is kind of a personal thing, obviously, but I would like to see them get Khalil Mack back on the team too. Now, I don't think Khalil Mack is going to leave the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, but it would be nice to see, obviously. But realistically, I think the only player that they might get is Sam Darnold out of the free agency. The reason for that is because they already took a shot at Justin Fields this past year, and he didn't want to go. So I'd imagine he wouldn't try to come back to the Raiders again. And as far as T. Higgins, I think T. Higgins wants to stay on the Bengals. He just wants to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm faring on the side that they probably will figure it out. But if they don't, I think the Raiders should go in on Sam Darnold and T. Higgins. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing, right? The only reason that, and I had spoke about this previously too, I like Justin Fields as a player. I think he fits, to me, I think he fits in the Raiders more, you know what I'm saying, than Sam Darnold. But one thing that we've noticed is that Sam Darnold likes to sling the rock quite a bit. The fact of the matter is that I don't want to get hung up too much on Sam Darnold just based off of what he did this year. Keep in mind, Sam Darnold came into the league as a starter. It didn't work out, and he became a second-string player. Now, we did this last year with Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew came into the league as a second-string player, and he's been a second-string player until AR got injured. And then he had a great year with the Colts, and we thought that he can replicate that with the Raiders. It didn't happen. All right. Now, this to me personally is trending in that same direction with Sam Darnold. But once again, I cannot put all my faith in Aiden O'Connell. It's just not going to happen. And I don't obviously have much faith in Gardner Minshew. So you don't necessarily have much of a choice but to go after Justin Fields and Sam Darnold. Once again, I understand Justin Fields didn't want to come here in the first place for whatever might be the reason. It might be money, whatever the case is. I don't know. But if the Raiders do try to take another shot at him, I think they should. Okay. So with all that being said, I think these are the most likely players that are out of free agency that we are going to try to gun for if we can get them. Now, once again, things like this, especially when it comes to big time players, once again, I don't think we're going to get Khalil Mack, but like I said, it'll be nice to see. Sam Darnold, I don't think he makes a move until after draft. And T. Higgins, I don't think T. Higgins is going to do anything until after draft. Justin Fields, I don't see why he won't re-sign with the Steelers. I mean, Russell Wilson lost his last 4 games. He's on his last legs. I don't see how he doesn't re-sign with the Steelers. But once again, he is a free agent. So he's on the list as a free agent. So will he stay? Will he go? I don't know. I have no idea. But he's on here. So it is what it is on that. Now, getting into the draft. But these players, like I said, these players, I don't think they're going to make any moves until after the draft. Now, as far as the draft goes, right? I feel like everything here, quarterback-wise, is going to be a reach after Cam Ward. After Cam Ward, there's nothing on this list that I'm like, this will work out for the Raiders. Okay? Carson Beck, I don't trust him. Ewers, I don't trust him. Milroe, I don't trust him. Gabriel, don't trust him. Like, I just don't trust any of these quarterbacks to come in and perform. Honestly, like I said, I would be better. I will feel a whole lot more comfortable having Sam Darnold or Justin Fields. That's just the way it is for me. Like I said, unless you're going to get Cam Ward or Shedura, any other quarterbacks here, you're going to be reaching, in my opinion. The next best bet, which to me, for the Raiders, I feel like their pressing concerns are going to be quarterback, running back, and receiver. These to me are pressing concerns for the Raiders. Not really too much on defense. Your D-line, in my opinion, is solidified outside of one particular player, but I will get into that a little bit later. Your linebacking core, I like Roberts. I like Spillane. I like Diablo. To me, they're fine. Corners, your DBs, are they the best in the world? No, but once again, at this point in time in the draft, I don't think you can go and get a luxury position like a DB if you're not going after Will Johnson. If you're not getting him, then to me, you're reaching for anything else, in my personal opinion. But we will go through that in a little bit. But your pressing concern is your quarterback room, your running back room, and you, in my opinion, you do need another receiving weapon. Obviously, Jacoby Myers is reliable, but you need just that big-time player on your team. You know what I'm saying? Brock Bowers just showing what he can do. Great. Trey Tucker is a speedster, but he doesn't really get that much play like that, where he doesn't get looked at that much because whether it's Aiden O'Connell or whatever, they don't really take the top off like that too much. You know what I'm saying? So they typically lead on the running backs. Now, Genty is a good value pickup, right? And if they do decide to get Genty, I'm not going to be mad about it. But I don't think that is the best overall pick for the Raiders, right? Because in my opinion, right, you have Hampton here, which I think is a pretty good running back. Good size, 6 foot, 220. And as far as what he did, obviously he's not going to be nowhere. None of these running backs are going to be in comparison to what Genty did. But 281 carries, 1,666 yards with 15 touchdowns. This is not bad. You know what I'm saying? This is, to me, this is a NFL ready running back. And I've seen some of his, his highlights and stuff like that. Dude's a dog. You know what I'm saying? Dude is a dog. And not only that, you also have other running backs out of Ohio, I believe, out of Ohio State. They run a 2 running back set. Yeah, they're here. So number 4 and number 7, right? So we'll just go ahead, go to Judix, and we'll see what he's talking about. Once again, 6 foot, 219. Once again, good size running back, 174 carries, almost 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Once again, not bad. And he's coming out of Ohio State. These guys are NFL ready. You know what I'm saying? Who else? The other running back. We'll go to him. We'll go to the other Ohio State running back. 5'10", 208. 208 is not bad. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But once again, almost another 1,000 yards here. 126 carries. They're about the same. 10 touchdowns. Now, me personally, between the two, I'm taking Judix, so it is what it is. But you have running backs here that you can pick up at a later time. But on the receiving side, you don't really have too many options. Now, obviously, Hunter's going to go quick. McMillan, right? I like him. Big receiver, big size. Harris, he's pretty good too. Another Ohio State guy here. I think after TCU, Luther didn't really stand out too much to me, honestly, throughout this season. I've seen some of his highlights and stuff like that. Honestly, it's not that impressive. But TCU has a big time receiver, 6'5", 225, big guy. Once again, but his stats didn't really stand out to me too much, in my opinion. 60 receptions, 611 yards, 6 touchdowns. Once again, just didn't stand out to me. And TCU product, it's just, to me, it's maybe a little bit too much of a reach. Honestly, after this guy, I feel like everything else is a reach, in my opinion. McMillan's going to be the best one here, obviously. 6'5", 210, 84 receptions, over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Probably be looked more into the red zone in the NFL, but just not looked to as much on Arizona. And once again, you have go back to receivers. This guy out of Ole Miss who's pretty good. I believe he's like 6'3", pretty good size. He's 6'2", 205. Once again, very good in my opinion. I saw some of his highlights. 60 receptions, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. So once again, not bad. There's some value here, but not as much as it is for the running backs. The running backs have more value players, right? I think here you only have maybe 3 receivers here. Honestly, just these top 3 receivers here. And to me, everything else after this, it's a reach. And corner, that's the other one that I feel like most people want to go after too. Once again, if you're not getting Will Johnson, to me, everything else is going to be a reach. Now, keep in mind, there are some good size corners here. I think after who also plays for Arizona, Davis, Tamarco, I think his name is Tamarco Davis, and plays for Arizona, so I'm sure he has to guard McMillan, you know what I'm saying, in practice and stuff. But once again, a good size corner, 6'4", 195, big dude, you know what I'm saying. But once again, his corners are a little bit hard to gauge, but this other guy here, he's 6'3", I believe. Let me go to it. He's 6'3", 193. Once again, another good size corner. The other guy out of Notre Dame, good size corner, 6', 190. So there are some good players here. You know what I'm saying? Once again, like I said, after him, everything else to me seems like it'd be a reach. He's all right, I guess. But once again, there's a little bit of value here, but if you're not getting top of the line corners, it's a reach. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get top of the line receivers to get a top of the line receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen so many times, primarily Amon-Ra St. Brown. He wasn't a top round pick guy, you know what I'm saying? But he's performing like one for sure with the Lions. So once again, it just all comes down to where what you're gonna do with the talent once you get it. Corners, it's not like that. Corners, you gotta get top of the line corners. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So, in my opinion, on the offense side of the ball, that's where they need the most help. Running back, receiver, quarterback. Now, obviously, quarterback, they're not going to really worry too much about. Once again, I believe they're just going to get it from the free agency if they can. If not, then Aiden O'Connell is going to have weapons around him, which that's what he needs. He needs big play weapons. So, my opinion, first round pick, you should take McMillan for sure. Second round pick, gotta give him a running back. Genty's probably going to be off the board, so I'm leaning either Hampton or Judix. And then third round, I don't know what you're going to possibly get in the third round or what's going to be available to you, but probably take the next best talent on the board at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't know what you can get out of the third round or corner. I do believe that, where is it at? I do believe that this corner is going to fall pretty good on a lot of people's draft boards. This guy here, I think he's gonna fall. He's supposed to be the third best corner, but I think he's going to end up falling. I don't know if he'll fall all the way to the third round, but I think he's going to fall. And if not, this guy is probably going to be there. I don't know what he will be as far as talent, next best talent, but he'll probably still be there. Late in rounds, maybe third, fourth round pick. So there's some things here, you know what I'm saying, that they can definitely go get. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to who's going to be at the helm, who's going to be your quarterback. So as far as cap space goes, we already know, if you don't know, Raiders have the second best cap space right now in the NFL. So getting into another move I think they should make is trading Tyree Wilson. Now, as it is, y'all can say what y'all want about Tyree Wilson. Me personally, he has not played like a 7th round pick. He has not played like a 7th round pick. Or a 7th round pick. Round 1, number 7. He has not played like it at all. And even when he wasn't playing well and Malcolm Kuntz came in and he balled out, this year Kuntz was injured all year. This was your chance to show, not just the Raiders organization, show fans that you were worth that round 1 pick to go number 7, that you were worth that. And he didn't. He played like butt juice all season long. You know what I'm saying? And it's baffling to me because right across from you see him in practice every day. Are you not taking in anything Max Crosby does? So, like, me personally, I think they should trade him. As you guys can see here, this is like a breakdown of everything as far as cap and stuff like that. And then you guys will see here that if you were to cut him at a certain point, which will be this year, you guys will see that as far as cap space goes and stuff like that, dead cap, you'll accumulate about $7 million, right? But that's if you decide that if you cut him or trade him, or release him or trade him, which they'll probably end up trading him, obviously. But you'll be saving a certain amount of cap too if you do it before June 1st. So with that being said, man, dead cap or not, get what you can for him, right? I don't know what the going rate is for a first round pick edge rusher. He's 24 years old. I don't know what's the going rate for that, especially when he hasn't performed up to par. But maybe somebody will take a chance on him. I'm hoping 3rd, maybe 4th round pick. That's what I'm hoping for. He might not go for that, but that's what I'm hoping for. Young talent, young kid, maybe we get that. But keeping him on this team, especially when realistically he's not going to start. They tried him. I've seen them try him at D tackle. He's not a D tackle. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He just hasn't performed. I'm not gonna say he's not good. He just hasn't performed in the Raiders for whatever reason. So, when Malcolm Kuntz comes back, where's he gonna play? You're gonna really have a first round pick as a rotational piece for edge rusher? I'm sorry, man. You can get that in a draft. You can use the third, fourth round pick or whatever you're gonna get from him, and just get that in the draft. Or to me personally, what I would like to see them do is combine whatever pick that they're gonna get from him, combine the pick that you're gonna get that you have from Devontae Adams, whatever pick that's going to be, because I know there's some stipulations behind it. Combine those two picks and maybe one of your fourth rounds or third round picks and trade up into the draft and get more talent on the team. That's what I would do in my opinion. I think that would probably be the smartest move to do. But, you know, it is what it is. But that's what I think they should do as far as the draft goes. Once again, that's just my 2 cents. This is just my opinion on what I feel like they should do as far as the draft goes, what I feel like they're going to do in free agency. You guys can let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think they're going to pick up in free agency? What direction you think they should go into the draft? And as far as anything else, as far as offseason goes, you guys let me know what other moves you guys think they should make as far as trades and possibly cutting people. Once again, I think the only trade that they really need to make is get rid of Tyree Wilson. You guys let me know in the comment section below. And you guys let me know in the video if you guys would like anything more added to the video, so on and so forth. Like, this is my first time doing a video like this, so where I'm open to making these videos more, making them better and more compelling for you guys to watch. All right, but either way, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. All right, peace.